Managing web users and additional Frontpage and FTP accounts. This tutorial will show you how to manage web users and additional Frontpage and FTP accounts on your domains in Plesk. This tutorial only covers managing the additional FTP and Frontpage accounts on your domains. For information on configuring the primary FTP Frontpage user for a domain, refer to the tutorial Managing Domains in Plesk. For this demonstration, we logged into Plesk as the admin user. If you're logging in as a client or domain administrator, the navigation will differ slightly and some of the options will not be available in your control panel. Whenever possible, we will note the differences in access levels in this tutorial. Click the Domains link. Click the domain name. Under a client's panel, the domains owned by that client will be listed at the bottom of the main menu, accessed by clicking the Home link in the navigation panel on the left. Additional FTP and Frontpage users can also be created when adding subdomains on a domain. However, due to the special nature of these accounts, they will not appear under the sections accessed from the main menu. For more information about these accounts, refer to the tutorial Managing Subdomains in Plesk. First, let's look at web users. Web users are individual pages for specific users. These pages will be accessed publicly using a URL with the following format. Web users will also be able to access the server via FTP, but will be limited to their directory located on the web users directory. Due to the special nature of these FTP accounts, they will not appear under the FTP accounts section that we will cover later in this tutorial. Click the Web Users icon. Under a Domain Administrator's panel, the Web Users icon is located in the main menu, accessed by clicking the Home link in the navigation panel on the left. Before we add a web user, let's look at the preferences. Click the Preferences icon. Here we can select whether or not we want the web users to have access to run CGI, PHP, or ASP scripts. Click the Web Users link. Now let's add a web user. Click the Add New Web User icon. Enter a web user name. Enter a new password. Enter the confirm password. Click the OK button. Next, let's edit the web user. Click the name. Let's reset the password for the web user. Enter a new password. Enter the confirm password. Uncheck the checkbox and enter a hard disk quota if you wish. Click the OK button. Now let's remove the web user. Click the checkbox to select the web user. Click the Remove Selected link. Removing a web user removes the settings and all the files associated with the web user permanently from the server, which cannot be retrieved or restored unless there is a pre-existing backup. It is recommended that you proceed with caution when removing web users to make sure you do not accidentally remove something unintentionally. Click the Confirm Removal checkbox. Click the OK button. Now let's take a look at the additional FTP accounts. Click the link. Click the FTP accounts icon. Under a Domain Administrators panel, the FTP accounts icon is also in the main menu. Additional FTP accounts are useful when you want to give someone access to upload or download files to the server without granting access to anything else. Let's add an FTP account. Click the Add New FTP Account icon. Enter an FTP account name. Enter or select a home directory. The user will only have access to this directory and subdirectories below it. If you need to restrict access to a subdirectory of the directory that the user has access to, you can do so by adjusting the permissions using the File Manager accessible from the main menu. For more information on adjusting permissions, refer to the tutorial Using the File Manager in Plesk. Enter a new password. Enter the Confirm password. Uncheck the checkbox and enter a hard disk quota if you wish. Click the checkboxes for the permissions you want granted. Click the OK button. Next, let's edit the user. Click the name. Let's reset the password. Enter a new password. Enter the Confirm password. Click the OK button. Now let's remove the account. Click the checkbox to select the account. Click the Remove Selected link. When removing an additional FTP account, Plesk does not remove any of the files or the directory structure under that user's home directory. The directory structure and files can either be removed in Plesk using the File Manager, accessible from the main menu for the domain, or via FTP using the main domain's FTP user. Click the Confirm Removal checkbox. Click the OK button. Next, let's take a look at Anonymous FTP. Anonymous FTP is used to grant public upload and/or download access to a location on the server without having to have a username and password. This can only be enabled for domains that have an exclusive IP address on the server. Click the Anonymous FTP tab. From here, we can enable Anonymous FTP and enter the various settings to control the environment. Connections to the server using Anonymous FTP will be accessing the anon_FTP directory, which is also accessible via the File Manager or via normal FTP, using the domain's primary FTP user. Now let's take a look at the additional front page accounts. Click the link. Click the Front Page Management icon. Under a Domain Administrators panel, the Front Page Management icon is also in the main menu. Additional front page accounts are useful when you want to give someone access to edit and publish changes to the site directly from front page without granting access to anything else. Before adding a front page account, let's look at the Preferences. Click the Preferences icon. These settings control the server and account information that the WebRoot extension will use when sending mail from the pages on the website that use the extension for this purpose. Click the Front Page Management link. Now let's add an account. Click the Add New Front Page Account icon. Enter a front page account name. Enter a new password. Enter the confirm password. Uncheck the checkbox and enter a hard disk quota if you wish. Click the OK button. Now let's edit the account and reset the password. Click the name, enter a new password. Enter the confirm password. Click the OK button. Now, let's remove the account. Click the checkbox to select the account. click the Remove Selected link. Click the Confirm Removal checkbox. Click the OK button. Finally, let's take a quick look at the Frontpage Web Administration interface. Click the FP Web Admin icon. Since the window opened by the icon in Plesk uses the subdomain www.domain.tld in the URL to access the Frontpage Web Administration panel, you will not be able to access the panel until the DNS has been pointed to this server and the changes have propagated. Enter the username for the primary Frontpage account on the domain. Enter the password. Click the OK button. From here, you can manage many of the settings for the Frontpage extensions for this domain on the server. The user management options are disabled in the permissions for the primary user, so that users cannot be created outside of Plesk itself. You will need to manage your users via Plesk instead of in this interface. Congratulations! You now know how to manage web users and additional Frontpage and FTP accounts on your domains in Plesk.